Hello everyone, I'm Day Weather Meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this Saturday, May 11th, 2024. It's being brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated, also being brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. As we look ahead for another week ahead for the month of May here early in the month, what we're watching that'll happen over the next week is that we will see some needed precipitation in parts of the southern Rockies and southern plains. This weekend into next week, parts of southern and central and eastern Colorado, northern and northeastern New Mexico, parts of the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma, and parts of western Kansas finally will get some needed precipitation. Moderating temperatures will also be found in the west. This past week has been pretty chilly, but we're going to see basically a transition. It'll start to get warmer in the west relative to average, while colder on the eastern side of the country, and that overall general warmer pattern is likely for the last half of May in the west as we see a little bit less of winter, more of spring as we look ahead for the rest of the month. In the last week, very productive with the rain and, snow. Look at Montana, North Dakota, a large part of central and northern Wyoming, picking up some need of this area of moisture was really needed in many areas. So good to see. Also quite wet in the Pacific Northwest, the Sierra Nevada, then into the Midwest and Corn Belt. Too much rain for some folks in these areas here, and there's likely more coming. But you can see the front range of Colorado down into eastern areas of New Mexico, just very spotty precipitation, at least through this past Thursday. But these areas right here is where we do see some better precipitation chances coming this weekend and in the next week. Well, we're winding down the snow season, but boy, not this week. Snow was really impactful. We had parts of northern Wyoming, western and southwest Montana right here, 2 to 3 feet of snow has fallen over the last week up there. That really boosted the snowpack numbers. In fact, we've got green and blue now further north. We still have snowpack conditions into early to mid-May here that are still very, very good. See lots of green, lots of blue there. We are drier where we were talking about it getting more precipitation needed. They'll be picking up some there. Now, as we take a look at temperatures of the past week, we mentioned how it's been cold, and certainly it has, with the coldest of cold across the Great Basin, into the Rockies, into the western high plains, while the eastern side of the U.S. much warmer. So it's been warm here over the last week, colder here, but we're going to see this flip. This is going to completely reverse as we get into the next 10 days or so, as temperatures are going to be a little bit colder further east. Low pressure will start the weekend with this area of low pressure coming out of the Great Basin. This will produce showers and thunderstorms in this area right here as we go through the weekend and into early next week, with the main jet stream riding all along the U.S.-Canadian border. So that'll allow temperatures to be a little bit warmer. By next Tuesday, that'll head into the Midwest. So this will cool off the Midwest, bring some showers and thunderstorms and maybe severe weather again. High pressure along the west coast will drive in a couple of fronts. We have a front that'll come through Tuesday and Wednesday, another front by Friday of next week. So this will keep the chances of showers and thunderstorms going in the western United States, from the western high plains through the Rockies, through the Pacific Northwest. Drier for California, drier for the southwestern United States here, as the main action will be along and north of that black line. By the weekend, this is by the weekend from next week, from now, so the weekend of the 18th and 19th, this is where we're talking about it getting a lot warmer. High pressure develops over the central and western United States. This opens the door to warm air from the deserts to get pushed up further north. So maybe a little early taste of summer-like temperatures in about 7 to 10 days from now for a large part of the west. Over the next week, the precipitation focus will again be where it's been over the last several weeks right here. But notice back further west, we talked about parts of the central and southern Rockies right here that really need the rain. They're going to have an opportunity for some measurable rains and maybe helping to green things up a little bit and into the wheat country of southwest Kansas and southeastern Colorado and into the panhandles. But further west along the west coast into the Great Basin, only light amounts of showers, and most of the snow you're seeing here over the next week is going to happen here in the short term. So less snow now showing up on the forecast charts. We talked about temperatures flipping. This is the temperature anomaly for the next week. So from this weekend through next weekend, the cold now is here and the warmer conditions are in the west, and close to average conditions here in the middle. Our next update will be the 18th of May, next Saturday. Have a good week ahead.